The KZN Transport Department has met with the All Truck Drivers Forum and allied South Africa leaders. The organization's members are striking today over the hiring of foreign nationals in the freight and logistics industry. They are also lamenting the fact that some employers are not adhering to the minimum wage policy. For the latest on this, I'm joined by Ndabezinhle Sibiya, who is the spokesperson for the KZN Transport Department. Ndabezinhle, a very good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for your time. Take us through what transpired in your meeting with the drivers.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. Judge on behalf of the MEC, Duma, meeting. Well, yesterday the MEC had an informal meeting with the leadership of the All, Truck Drivers Forum, and that meeting was informal. It was agreed in that meeting yesterday that there will be a formal meeting, involving the department as well as the leadership of the forum. Well, the MEC is actually saying there is no challenge that is above the collective wisdom. As we are approaching the festive season, it's of the view that all stakeholders must come together and find a long-lasting solution.
What is your view, though, of let's talk about their first demand, that around foreign nationals. What is the department's attitude towards that particular demand?
Well, I think let us first and foremost indicate that we are fully aware that this is the matter that is managed by national government. It's the issue that we discussed with the leadership yesterday. And what is important is that last week the MEC, Duma, he was part of a meeting with the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ramaphosa. In that meeting, the whole issue of the stability of our economy was raised. That is why the MEC is moving ahead, working with the forum, the leadership of the forum, to ensure that the stability. As you know, we have here in KwaZulu-Natal two largest ports, the port of Richards Bay, as well as the port of Ethekwini in Durban. These ports are very critical, for the economy of the province, as well as the economy of the entire country and neighboring countries. Well, the MEC is now saying, look, stakeholders must come together, with an understanding that, we have a responsibility to ensure, an efficient transport system. While on the other side, understanding that this is a matter, that is managed by the national government, and linked to that, we are fully aware that it's a matter that dates back to 2018, and there has been a change of, leadership in various spheres of government. That is why the MEC is saying, look, as we are now in the 7th administration, we need to, work together, utilizing all the forums, like the district development model, which involves all spheres of government to find a long-lasting solution.
One would imagine that you would have gone into these talks or conversations having perhaps established some of the facts for yourselves. Are you any clearer as to, I'm talking now about the minimum wage issue, as to just how prevalent this problem is? In other words, how many or what percentage of employers are actually not adhering to the minimum wage policy?
Not really have that type of information of hand, as you actually understand that we've got the Department of Employment and Labor, which is operating at national level. We also have various other, role players like the Home Affairs, at a national level. And I think, those are the departments that are dealing intimately with those issues that you are raising. Specific, our role as the Department of Transport at the provincial level is to ensure that there is a movement of goods into our port, there's a movement of goods out of our port. When you talk about exports, when you talk about imports, we have to make sure that the the transport system in the province is actually user friendly, and that we're given the opportunity to bring stakeholders around the table that is what we need to do. Another issue that the MEC has raised is that look, we need to have a freight indaba involving the truck companies that are owning trucks, as well as those companies that are employing truck drivers. We also have other role players in the entire supply chain management, which must come on board. The retailers, as well as other critical stakeholders in the economy. If you talk about the human settlements, for instance, some of the building suppliers are based in other provinces, especially in Joburg. When we want to roll out the critical infrastructure, we need to have such building material here in the KwaZulu-Natal. That is why it is important that we start with the meeting of all stakeholders, so that while these issues are addressed at the national level, but at the provincial level, we need to make sure that that movement of goods into our port as well as out of our port.
And the strike itself, has it been or will it be called off?
Do you mind to repeat your question?
The strike, will it be called off or has it been called off?
Well, we had our highly efficient team from Road Traffic Inspectorate this morning, working with law enforcement agencies, and I think there was no strike today, except just a minor, disruption around Harrismith, and it is because of the ongoing interaction between the MEC and the leadership of the All Truck Drivers Forum and the allied SA. The MEC believes that we need to sustain the interaction in the interest of the economy of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, as well as the economy of the country. But in the main, it's also saying the department will continue to intensify roadblocks around the province, even if it means that we must go around our ports, so that those that are on our roads are legal motorists with all the legal documents. It is the issue that the MEC is prepared to pursue with all role players, because we have a responsibility to ensure the safety of our motorists. We have a responsibility to ensure that those that are utilizing our roads, they've got all the legal documents. It's a matter that the MEC is putting on top of the agenda. It is the issue which he says it's a responsibility that he cannot abdicate.
Ndabezinhle Sibiya, thank you very much for your time. He's, of course, the spokesperson for the Department of Transport in KwaZulu-Natal.